All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. So first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to the modders, man. They take the replay value and they stretch the longevity of this game far beyond anything that you could really imagine. So I want to say thank you personally for all that you do. Now, I have to say this has no connection to Season Pass 3 or any DLC of BROLY coming out in the future. I'm just simply saying it was possible because the things were already created by the developers to give us that. Like this city in the back and this whole lighting that they have on this planet is very reminiscent to the BROLY movie, which they could have just reused this area very similar to how they did when they reused the Capsule Corp area for Frieza number 2 DLC. If you don't believe me, if you look at the whole layout of how DLC number 2 is, where Golden Frieza is in that whole area, they took away the lighthouse, they took away the Capsule Corporation and all of the city that was around that area and just made it like a regular non-populated area, but they just reused it. So they could do the exact same thing here. And I think that this is a wonderful area, a wonderful location that they can use because it's already perfect for the movie atmosphere. Now, we don't have Dragon Ball Z Broly, but we do have Super Broly. And he fits the job in the description of what we need to get done, right, to get that experience. And he's just a mod as well, which is a skin over the Mirror character. And Mirror, in my personal opinion, is a really tough enemy, especially when you use the Versus mod and you get the Extreme 300 difficulty. And they do massive damage, and it takes you a long time to beat them because you don't do as much damage. And this is very, very fitting for a Broly character, right? So here we have Goku, Vegeta, and Teen Gohan going up against Broly. And I gotta say, man, it was very pleasurable to recreate this moment from the Dragon Ball Z movies, man, and just reenact it, right? This is something that they could have gave us, but they didn't. All they simply had to do, man, was add some sub-stories or side missions like they normally do, drag out, create some kind of story or whatever it was, and all of it could have basically existed like on this planet. Well, apart from planet Earth where they started off at, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like, it was just, everything was here, right? And we already had the Trunks character, which I don't think we had the sleeveless one. That's actually through the mods. But nonetheless, man, he's available, right? He's here. These are things they could have gave us, but once again, they didn't. This is why I have to salute and tip my hat to the modders, because they make things possible that the developers just don't want to or just aren't willing to do. So I absolutely love them for that, man. It was just a good time through and through, being able to, you know, fight with different characters going up against Broly, recreating my own sequences and, you know, just style of play, man. And it was just interesting. This is why I had to make this video. I was just sitting here at home and I was like, look, man, there's so much that we can do with this game, and the modders make it possible. I keep saying that because listen to me. If you have Kakarot on a PC, whether it's Steam Deck or your personal computer, whatever it is, and you are not modding, you are wasting the game. You need to mod immediately. Do you hear me? Immediately. It's not an option. Do it. Because these guys have put sweat and blood into creating these options for us to give us a wider style of gameplay. Why not take advantage of it? Makes perfect sense to me. So even being able to recreate that standalone moment where Vegeta goes up against Broly by himself, saying that he is a Prince of all Saiyans, and basically he was jealous because Broly was a legendary Super Saiyan. I think this was dope. Now, if some will argue, I honestly think it was Super Vegeta that went against Broly because he was bulkier in size. That's for debate. You guys can think what you want, whatever. That's my personal opinion, and I'm rocking with it. But being able to go all out against Broly and do things like this against him and realize like it's not really doing any damage, this guy's about to come at me and smash me, was extremely hype. And of course, we all know Piccolo showed up somewhere in the middle of the movie to, you know, add aid and assist, and he ended up getting smashed just like the rest of them. But the planet is damaged here. This is another area that's available to have a versus battle in that's created from the modders. And it gives it even more in-depth feel to the Broly movie than before, right? So in closing, all I'm really saying, man, is that this felt right. It was something they could have gave us, not even as a DLC, right? They could have just simply made it as a side mission in the original game. Sort of kind of how it was when they did it in Budokai 3 or the Tenkaichi series. It didn't have to be a whole saga or add-on, just a little side mission. It wasn't long at all. Definitely possible. So with that being said, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys will consider modding and giving credit to the modders, because these guys are amazing. I guarantee you guys will have a blast with it. I know that I did. So as always, I'm interested in how you guys feel and what you guys have to say. What are your thoughts on modding? What are your thoughts on this whole recreation of the Broly movie? Let me know in the comment section down below. Give your boy a like, man, if you appreciated the video, and consider subscribing to the channel. And with that being said, I'm out.
Special beam cannon!